Buddy, I'm telling you, we're not here to talk love stories because we're geeks, by golly. And we're talking Valentine's Day, everybody. Let's do this. We're not here to talk love stories because
Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
aha, Mike went out of the room and then it stopped. Okay, by golly, everybody, welcome to the show here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. Man, this was weird. Not sure what happened there. By golly, welcome to the show here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. It's coming back again, Mike, with you on the screen. By golly, welcome to the show here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. It's coming back again. And then he's gone again. We'll get this figured out, everybody. Hey, thanks for your patience with us. Today we are talking Batman High Volume, or as we like to always say at the beginning of every one of those Batman High Volume episodes, you're listening to High Volume Batman. It's really good. So if you haven't heard the show, we're here talking about it again because we love the show here on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. So glad you could join us today on this weird day we've got, as Brenda says, it's the Energizer Bunny on reverb, or riff reverb. So we'll get all this figured out as we go. Thanks so much for joining us here today. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, Mr. Michael Shanks, but who is trying to figure out why his is doing the weird reverb thing action on his screen. So he's coming back again. So we're not for sure what the story is with that. I don't know if it's because he shared his screen on something and then it popped back up again, but we're going to figure out what's happening. That's interesting. So, hey, everybody, we've also got all kinds of neat things, and we've got some Geekdar and some geeky news, especially Geekdar today. We've got all kinds of stuff that we're going to talk about. And so while we're waiting for Mike to come back in, I'm just going to go and hit the Geekdar button just because I have some Geekdar to share.
Go with the radar, sir. What's wrong with it? I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps. The what? The what? And the what? You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. It's not all he's lost.
All right. Now we are back. Did you get figured out, Mr. Mike?
I had to close out every browser and then all of a sudden started working again. So
weird.
I don't know.
That's weird. That's because you have an Apple. I'm just kidding. Everybody, those who know us know that we always have the a fight going on between PC and Apple.
Yeah, I don't know what this was. This is weird. Yeah, and then my Rumble link didn't work.
So, that we tried to hurry up and do. That's why we're a few minutes later because we were trying to get that to work, and then in the process, we're wah wah.
So I'll have to upload it afterwards for Rumble then.
It's all good.
So
Yoda podcast that I love.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what you mean.
Yoda, the podcast I love. Yoda pod. Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, got it. Aha. Right. That took me a minute. That's cute. That's cute because it was Valentine's Day. I got it.
It flew over your head like a batarang and came back and hit you in the back of the head.
It sure did, by golly. If it was a lightsaber, I'd be dead by now.
That's
my goodness. All right. Well, hey, Mike, I already hit the good old Geekdar button because I thought we could talk about Geekdar real quick. And as we get things going and rolling here.
Yeah, and I lost all my links. So.
That's okay. Why don't I'll go ahead and...
you go for it.
I'll share my screen real quick for everybody. So a couple of things, everybody, that we want to talk about is, it's going to be very exciting, is we are excited because this week it got revealed. I guess there's a lot of stuff that happened this week, a lot of new releases on different things. But what we saw that we really liked that was pretty cool was this Spider Noir. And very exciting on this one because it's Nick Cage coming back. We first got introduced to Nick Cage as Spider Noir, or the Spider, in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse animated series. Those are awesome movies, by the way. Really good. So this is kind of, I guess this is actually coming from, I know it's MGM, but that's owned by Prime or Amazon. So it's going to be on Prime in May. And we got to see the first trailer for it. I don't know about you guys, but if you saw it, let us know what you think in the comments about, excuse me, I got the hiccups. But it was really good.
I wonder why that's going to be on Prime and not on Disney. Or wait a minute, Prime has been incorporated in Disney now?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, then, yeah, you're right. That's weird.
Because it's a Sony Pictures thing.
Oh, that's right. It is Sony because Into the Spider-Verse was Sony, not Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Okay, all right. That makes more sense.
I wonder
that
if
makes much more sense.
Much more better sense. Cheers.
Much more better sense, dude.
Cheers, everybody. We're trying to get our caffeine in this morning.
I don't have any caffeine. Death does not have caffeine.
Unless it's one of the energy drinks, which I hear are pretty good, actually. The bubbly water, disappointment water aid, you would call it.
I've had one of them.
And what did you think, Megan?
I thought it was good.
Yeah?
I had the murder mystery. Somebody said it was supposed to be another Dr. Pepper one. I just tasted cherry.
Oh, like a cherry Dr. Pepper. That's actually what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Dr. Shasta, so zero sugar, but I added some grenadine in it to make it a dirty Dr. Pepper, as they call it.
And I'm drinking Dr. Death, so.
Nice. You can tell who's Dr. Pepper fans here on the show. Speaking of which, if you want to sponsor us, we'd love to have you. Send us some cases. Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm trying to avoid soda. Don't do that.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but I'm trying to avoid the soda.
So the premise behind Spider Noir is, if you just imagine Spider-Man in a old black and white noir style show, a universe, for lack of a better term, the old gumshoe detective type stories. And so the hat and the cloak, everything, but it's still a spider. They call him the Spider. My first introduction to this character was I played on the PS3 Shattered Dimensions, and you could play. There's 4 different characters you could play. There's original Spider-Man, Spider Noir. Which was the third one? But the fourth one was Spider-Man 2099, who I love. I've got those for that first year, maybe the first 2 years of those comics, and that was, I just really enjoyed them. And so I played for that, but I was like, who is this character? This is cool. This black and white Spider-Man, gumshoe detective type. And so I thought it was great. So I'm looking for this. And I like Nicolas Cage. I know some people have their thoughts about Nick Cage, but you know what? You got to admit, he gives it his all.
Now, I'll admit, sometimes his voice in the trailer kind of bugs me a little bit, but the overall look of this whole thing looks incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. And Nicolas Cage is one of those actors. It's sometimes you love him and sometimes you hate him.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to love him in this. So we'll see.
We'll see. Yes. Okay. Do you have your tabs back up, or you good?
Yeah. I did want to say one thing though before we move on from Spider Noir. They're giving you an option whether you can watch that. You can watch it in color or how are they had a specific name for it. Something
that's right.
hue is what they were calling it.
Yes. I don't remember what it said at the end
Basically
of it.
black and white, but
You get
still.
black and white, but you get a color, kind of a color version, but some kind of, I can't remember what it was, but it was intriguing. Maybe it's just a fancy word to say color.
Or you can
Maybe
just
go
watch
for
it in flat out color. But I don't think this should be watched in color just because of the time the era that it's supposed to be in and everything.
Yeah.
To me, it won't
True
feel
hue.
right. What? Oh, true hue is what they're calling it.
True hue, whatever that means.
So it's like they're black and white, whatever their black and white is. So
Got it.
sounds pretty. It's a neat choice, though. I think that's cool that you get the choice of watching it in either one. So,
Whoops. Right.
because I know some people who refuse to watch black and white movies and television, which I personally think that they're uncultured swine. But hey, each is his own.
Right? That's funny.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who uses that reference.
Oh, I love that reference.
Nobody ever understands it when
Yeah, it comes from Toy Story.
Yes.
You like
You want
cultured swine?
Yep. All right. You ready to screen share for your other ones that you
Mhm.
have? All right. Let me get those up.
I do not have comic books this week. Well, I have comic books, but
Well, you didn't go to the pool though, did you? Did you get your pool this week?
I did not. I have not been there yet. So
That's
I know
okay.
I have stuff in my pool. I just haven't
Yeah.
gone to check out what I got in there and everything.
I need you to share your screen.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
That's all right.
All right. So,
Ta-da! Okay.
Brenda and I have started watching 2 shows this week, and
Okay.
this one was by her choice. And it stars John Bernthal, who plays the Punisher in the Punisher series, who I love as the Punisher. He is my favorite on-screen Punisher ever. But it stars him and Tessa Thompson, and the story revolves around the two of them. They are a separated or divorced couple. He is a cop and she is a reporter, and she's reporting on the death of somebody in their town, and then come to find out they both know this person. They're both
They know who
Right.
the victim was.
Right. They're both connected to the victim. So it's kind of this mysterious whodunit, because they leave you to believe that she might have done it, and he may have done it, actually. And he's the cop, he's the cop investigating it, and she's the reporter investigating it. But there's these little hints that maybe she killed this person, or maybe he did. I have my suspicions of who did it, but I'm not going to say. And we got a couple more episodes to watch yet, but it's been a pretty good series.
Has it been interesting?
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it. It's kind of a interesting murder mystery type thing. So, Brenda made a good choice on that one. And then, of course, I love John Bernthal. He's an awesome actor. So then my next one, I started watching, if I can say this word,
Pluribus.
Pluribus, thank you.
Or plur one bus if you really look at it.
Yeah, if you look at the title on screen, which for our listening audience, yes, it's PLUR 1BUS. I don't know why they put the 1 in there.
That's the number 1.
Right. To play off of our friends, the Three Geeky Dads, the number 3. But yeah, I started watching Pluribus this week. Freaky weird show. It's interesting.
We really finished the first season.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. We're I think halfway through the first season. I don't remember exactly where we stopped, but the premise on this is the star, she was one of the stars of Better Call Saul. That was
okay.
Gosh, I can't think of her character's name in Better Call Saul. but she was Saul's girlfriend in Better
Okay.
Call. And she's fantastic in that. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll have to watch this. This looks good. And yeah, it's been interesting. So this virus takes over the world and basically turns everyone into a hive mind, kind of like Borg, and
Yes.
and basically everyone knows what everyone's thinking, except for what is it, 11 people on Earth. 11 people out of all of humanity were not affected by this virus.
Yeah.
So that's pretty mind blowing in itself. And I think so far my favorite thing was she wanted to meet with the ones who were English speaking. That way she knew what they were saying and everything. And when she goes to meet with them, she's like, wait a minute, I think there were supposed to be 5 and only 4 of them showed up. And the woman representing all the rest of the humanity who's infected by this, she's like, oh, he's on his way. He chose to travel a different way, and he'll be here any moment now. And you see Air Force One land. He's in freaking Air Force One.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, why not, right?
That character, he is so funny. He's so outrageous. It's like he's just lapping it up. He's just like, hey, I can ask for anything I want, and he just takes advantage of it.
I want Air Force One.
Yeah, we could do an episode, or we can do a show on this, one of our episodes.
Yeah,
on
sure,
this.
we can do it. It's an interesting enough show. I think it.
This is the same writer that did Breaking Bad.
Yes. And I was a big fan of the Breaking Bad series. I love Breaking Bad. I love Better Call Saul. Actually, I think I like Better Call Saul better than Breaking Bad. And I was a big fan of Breaking Bad. It was a good show, but I loved Saul. Saul was a great character, and Saul was in it, and Mike was in it. I like Mike a lot too. So yeah, it took some of my favorite characters from Breaking Bad and threw them over into Better Call Saul. So, and her character was great too. So I thought, oh, okay, well, this should be an interesting show. She's a good actress and everything. Well, she's been good in this, and some of her antics, I'm like, yeah, I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
But,
it's a great sci-fi mystery kind of a thing. What's happening? What's going on? Who's right? Who's wrong? What's the, I think it's got some good situations of what the good themes on the concept of free will.
Right.
And also, it's really good. That's some good stuff right there. Yeah. Right on. Okay, cool.
And that's all I got. So
right on. So we've got Apple TV for another month. So we've been kind of trying to watch some of the things. So Pluribus was one that we were watched, and so we've been watching different shows on.
Have you watched Silo?
No, I have not.
Oh, you should watch Silo.
Okay.
Silo is really good.
Okay. Okay.
You may want to end up continuing your subscription after you watch Silo.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, it just renewed 2 days ago. So, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, we were going to try to watch how much ever we could, but, life, we don't get to watch too much and stuff.
There's 2 seasons of Silo so far.
Okay.
And I returned.
You guys hear it now, everybody. We're getting ready to go ahead and start doing Apple TV reviews. That's pretty funny. That's some funny stuff right there. And all right. Did you have any geeky news?
No, the only geeky news I had was the Spider-Man Noir, but
we did that as part of our.
Yeah, you did that so that's all right.
It's on my radar. It's on my geeky radar. Okay. All right. Well, let's hit the main event, everybody. Here we go. It's time for the main event. All right. We are talking the podcast series DC High Volume Batman. And we did a whole thing on the we've been gosh, what all have we talked about? The beginning episodes.
We did Long Halloween.
We did Long Halloween, Dark Victory.
Which
was a sequel to Long Halloween, which I didn't know until we did the show.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, actually. And that was a really good story, too.
Yeah. And so right now, everybody, we're getting ready to talk about, we're going to discuss Nightwing, Year One.
Yep.
And coming up, everybody, we're going to do The Killing Joke. I'm so excited to hear The Killing Joke. Okay. Yeah, nice. Mike just held up his comic book copy of The Killing Joke that he just got. So, all right, let's say this. We're going to give kind of an overview, everybody, on the whole thing, and then we're going to give our score, and then we'll go into more nerdy stuff, geeky stuff on the show. So, all right, Mike, how would you say is the overall concept of these? I guess it's 6 comics, but it's the audio version. The audio theater version. Let me say that more than anything else. So we've really got to say that it's not just someone reading it like an audio book. It is truly audio theater, and that's why we love this podcast.
It is incredible. My top audio theater presentations would be Big Finish Audio.
They do a lot of Doctor Who, right?
They do. They carried on Doctor Who for a long time when Doctor Who was defunct. When in the dark years of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And they kept Doctor Who alive. And to me, they're like the top notch when it comes to audio theater, audio drama. But man, DC High Volume, they are hitting it on all cylinders, and they're just as good. They are just as good. Big Finish. Yeah, I don't know if producers of DC High Volume are fans of Big Finish, but
Big Audio. Is it called Big Audio Finish? Is that what it is? Let me see what the website is.
Big Finish Audio. Big
Finish Audio. Thank you.
Which they have some excellent productions. I love their Doctor Who stuff. But man, this Batman stuff is incredible. I mean, you can just close your eyes and see everything that's happening. And then if you've got the DC Infinite app, or if you have a subscription to DC Infinite, the comic book, because it's always produced from an existing comic book, and you bring up that particular comic book, you can go through it frame by frame and listen to it while you're reading along with the comic, and it's a great enhancement to it. It is
yes,
so nice. I unfortunately don't have a lot of time to do that because I'm usually listening to it at work, so I can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I did. The first 2.5 episodes, I was listening when I could, like if I was doing dishes or if I was doing, working around the house and stuff like that. I don't have the ability to listen to stuff at work. So,
but then sometimes the night before we do the podcast, I'll bring up like the first, book of whatever story it is. And then I'll bring up that first chapter in audio, and I'll just at least, do that first one.
Yeah.
Just to get that feel of it. Man, it's so good. I didn't do it with Nightwing, so I don't know how perfect it is. Because some of them fit really well.
So when I started listening to it a couple of days ago, I was running out of the house, the audio drama of it was so good that I was like, oh, I should be looking at this while reading the comic. And I mean, it was and it's vivid. It's vivid audio. It's not just, we'll throw a sound effect here and a sound effect there. It's like what do they call it? Foley sound, that the whole thing, that's the sound effects company. That they really go all out, and or a Foley sound artist, someone who knows how to do sound effects and what to use. Like for breaking bones, they break celery or something like that. I don't know, for the audio and stuff. So I'm telling you, it was absolutely fabulous. The sound was that first episode. So I was like, oh, I should be looking at the comic.
I like to describe it as theater of the mind. is the way I describe it. You know, the descriptions, the sounds, and everything. Like I said, it just brings a vivid images to your mind. And it is. If you have not listened to this, I highly, highly recommend you do. Especially if you're a fan of DC Comics and big fan of Batman. Why are you not listening to that? To this question then? And it's free. It's totally
free 90 free.
I mean, there's no reason not to listen to this. So So Nightwing Year One is basically the story of the falling out between Batman and Dick Grayson, between Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. Batman fires Robin. Sounds like a weird concept, but he does. He fires Robin, kicks him out of the cave, basically, tells him, leave the suit. You can't take the suit with you. So Dick is left with nothing. Well, he's got a few things. He kept a few things, as we find out in the story. And Dick is struggling to figure out where his place is as no longer being the sidekick to Batman. And we get that whole story here, and I really enjoy the story. I've always liked the story of Dick Grayson and how he becomes Nightwing, his transition over from Robin to Nightwing. I don't remember, I know I had to have read Nightwing Year One at one point, but it's been a long time. It's been years since I read it. So this was a great refresher on everything. And I do know that they had changed the origin at one point. Because in this, we get the updated origin in this one, and it's the post-crisis origin. And we also get the post-crisis origin of Jason Todd in this also. And I prefer that origin of Jason Todd also, because Nightwing comes up with the character of Nightwing differently before pre-crisis.
Okay.
And Jason Todd's origin mirrored or mimicked Dick Grayson's origin pre-crisis.
Okay.
Post-crisis, they changed that, and I think they did a better job.
So it was
much more better.
Cheers, everybody.
And that's taken in consideration that I did not like the character of Jason Todd, but nowadays the more I, what they say, hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
And the more I read of Jason Todd, even before he became Red Hood, I'm starting to like him a little bit better. I still don't regret them killing him, but
it's kind of like, well, you've been the same way with Damian Wayne. I remember when Damian Wayne came out, you did not like him.
Oh, I hated Damian too. I could not stand him. And now I've really grown to like Damian's character a lot better. I think they're doing a much better job.
I think it's
much more better.
Another much more better. Holy cow. It's a good thing we're drinking non-alcohol. Thanks for joining us on our drinking games, everybody.
I should have got a call boy for this episode.
I should have. So anyway. I think it's a character arc thing too, as well. They get them kind of where they're, know. And so I was not expecting to get Jason Todd's story, the beginning as well, but it made sense in the storytelling. And this was Chuck Dixon again, wasn't it?
Yes,
this Chuck Dixon's story.
Right. Chuck Dixon now writes for Rippaverse. In fact, he wrote the Horseman comic book.
Yes. Which I'm still waiting for my first episode. I can't wait till we do the unboxing kind of a thing.
I can't wait till we get them.
Oh, I forgot about that. I had something else on my
I got an email this week saying that it should be coming. So
okay, good.
I'm hoping within the next week we got that, and I cannot wait to go over Blue Shift. That's going to be fun, and then we'll have to get Andrew back on.
Yeah,
after that. So.
Yes. So, okay. So real quick, before we really get into details, what's your score on this?
I will give this 9 out of 10 Eskrima sticks.
Okay. Okay.
I say Eskrima-Sticks because that's Nightwing's weapon of choice. So
yes, I like that. I like that a lot.
I hope I'm saying that right. Eskrima-Sticks.
I couldn't even tell you openly.
I like that. I like the sound of that better than I did Wingdings. So we'll get into the Wingdings.
Oh gosh. And then the other, I'd agree with you. 9 out of 10 is really good. It's worth listening to, especially under the free 90 free, which Zig. Hey Zig, good to have you with us, man. He
Morning,
goes, that's
Zig.
my favorite price.
I love free 90 free.
That's right. And so then I thought it was really good. 9 out of 10 Eskrima-Sticks, and this everybody knows we just love this podcast. Love it. I mean, the audio drama, as you put it, theater of the mind. That's what you said. It's really good. It is worth.
Oh, I can't wait till our next one.
Yeah, The Killing Joke, everybody, and we're going to do that here in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned.
I've already listened to
same
that
bat
one
channel
twice through. So,
oh, nice.
and I'll be listening to it a third time through. I guarantee it.
Okay. So, what were your favorite parts of this whole series?
Oh, so I love when he meets up with Superman, and we kind of get the where Superman plants the idea of his new identity in his head. I love that. I love the interaction between Nightwing and Batgirl throughout this. They have a fun back and forth interaction, which I really enjoyed. And then I really enjoyed Jason Todd with Dick Grayson, and the two of them, trying to rescue Alfred and Batman. I thought those were great parts of the story. So, yeah, I had 3 favorite parts to this whole thing. It was great.
Nice. Okay. Very cool.
So my Valentine just brought me pancakes.
Oh, nice.
Is it proper for me to eat while we're doing the
podcast? We'll go with it. No worries. So I agree with you. I guess it was really good for me because it brought up the whole story between, okay, looks like there's some history between Batgirl and Nightwing, well, as Robin, some kind of history because he was like making some moves, and I thought that was kind of funny. And then she was like, what about the other girl?
Oh, I love that when she said, hey, what about the Spice Girl?
Yeah. Which was
a
good.
Great line.
Yes.
So if you don't know the Teen Titans, Robin, Dick Grayson, becomes the leader of the Teen Titans, which eventually Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, which is this story. And then he and Starfire, who is she's an alien from the planet Coranda. I can't think exactly what the planet is.
We'll just say Coriander. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, Tamarin. Yeah, you're right. Tamarin. Sorry. Megan's got it.
Okay. So Tamarin. Okay.
Because her name is Coriander. Anyway, so she's an alien, and she's got like red hair and like a golden brown skin. And she's super tall. Like Batgirl describes her, she has legs up to my chin.
Yeah.
And basically could be just a total supermodel is how you would describe Starfire. And her and Dick Grayson become an item in the Titans. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah. So I thought that was a good back and forth, and they still continue with the back and forth of throughout the events in the comics, in the series of Nightwing 101.
Oh, I love their little playful back and forth. So
let me ask you this. Was this the first instance of Killer Croc after Crisis then? Because that was the big villain they reveal later on. Hello, my name is, I'm up and coming and stuff.
That's
and I'm
a
like,
question. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the first since Crisis or not. I'm not sure.
It just seemed the way they were introducing him, or maybe that was the whole point that he was introducing him, at
He
the
did
end.
seem a little different to me in this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole drug ring just didn't feel Killer Croc to me.
Okay.
I think that's the only reason this is not a 10 for me, because I didn't feel Killer Croc's character felt, what I've known Killer Croc as in the past. And
Mhm.
so it just felt a little different. Not that it was bad or anything.
Mhm.
Because I mean, he fit the bad guy role. He was definitely the big bad of this
Mhm.
this story.
The guy, whoever voiced him, did a fabulous job.
Oh yeah, he was great. There's only one voice that I'm not greatly fond on, and
Uh-huh.
that's the Joker. But I've
Oh,
said that in the past too. I just didn't care for this iteration of the Joker. I can
yeah.
tell you, he does not do the voice in Killing Joke though,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I was very happy about it.
Okay. All right. Should be good then. Okay. Okay.
But I mean,
Yeah.
everybody else's voices are incredible.
Yeah.
Dick
Alfred,
Grayson,
Alfred is done
Alfred.
by Simon Vance, who is a huge audiobook voice actor.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Voice artist. Yeah, he's huge. And it's like, oh man, he did a really good job, because he did that plus the Two-Face. In the story, everybody, Alfred pretends to be Two-Face with a mask and stuff, but it's all part of the new Robin, Jason Todd's kind of training. They were setting up what they called the Gauntlet, which I thought that was kind of
Right.
cool, which was kind of like the final exam before they go out together, and then things go awry. And
And
man,
apparently Batman has sent Dick Grayson on the gauntlet too,
yes, yeah,
because Dick was fam- familiar with it.
yeah. So I'll let you get a drink here real quick. So then
Yeah.
the yeah, it was really intriguing, because I was like, oh, so this is kind of something that Dick Grayson did too for his Robin. Oh, it's something similar, or but then you're like, because even Batgirl was in on it to get things set up, and you're like, oh, he was, because in the story, Dick Grayson was like, oh, that hurts, feeling like he was
Mhm.
betrayed a little bit, and
Yeah,
then
I got the feeling Batgirl felt like she was caught between mom and dad, one of those things,
yeah, yeah,
that kind of thing.
yeah,
Because she didn't really want to lie to Dick, but at the same time, she doesn't want, she still wants to honor Batman and
hmm
his wishes. So
yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
felt she
even
caught between the two of them.
Well, I think Chuck Dixon did a great job in the story by even saying, "Hey," because even Dick says, this is your second or third bat cycle." The kind of a
And
joke.
who funded your bat cycles?
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
thought that was weird, though, that she seemed to still be supported financially, but in the story, it was like he wasn't at all, which I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I'm surprised there's not he's
Bruce
got.
holds grudges, man.
I guess so.
That's what it is. I love Bruce Wayne, but he has his flaws.
Yeah.
And
Which is
man,
good
when he gets
storytelling.
mad at somebody, he gets mad at them.
Yeah.
But that's kind of redeemed at the end of the story.
Yeah. It
But
is.
we won't jump right to that. So, um,
We can jump. We're just having a great time talking about the show. We don't have to go totally in order, do we?
well, I want to go back to Superman because I love the whole Dick goes to Clark
Yeah.
basically for advice. Hey, where do I go from here? What do I do? Because
Mhm.
he's just not sure what to do at this point.
Yeah.
And I love when Dick Grayson shows up at the Daily Planet and Lois immediately is like, "Who's this? Why is he meeting with Clark?" She goes into her investigative mode, right?
Yeah.
And I loved her assistant. Her assistant was fabulous. I can't think of what her name was, but she was great. And Lois confronts one of them. Oh, she confronts Clark about who that was. And oh no, she confronts the two of them, and Dick goes, "Oh, I'm here because we're both hockey fans." And Lois is like, "Really? I have never seen Clark show any interest whatsoever in hockey."
Yeah.
Which of course in the back of my mind went, "Hey, are either Dick or Clark St. Louis Blues fans by any chance?" Because that's where my love of hockey lies. But so we have that, and then Dick and Superman kind of have this little, they take down a bad guy and stuff together as a team, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was neat to see that. And then afterwards, the two of them, Superman takes Dick to the Fortress of Solitude, which, come on, that's freaking cool.
That was cool.
I mean, who doesn't want a trip to the Fortress of Solitude?
Yeah.
And takes him there just so they can talk privately and, and feel, secure and everything. And Superman goes, just to let you know, I'm not looking for a partner.
Right.
Dick's like, that's not why I'm here.
Yeah.
And then they get to talking, and he's like, well, maybe it's time for a new identity. Maybe it's time for something new and everything. And he starts telling him about a hero on Krypton who doesn't have powers, because on Krypton, they're average human beings. They don't have super powers like they do on Earth, and that's because of the color of the sun. Our yellow sun gives Superman Kryptonians their powers. Anyway, but and he tells about this hero on his planet, and Dick asks him what his name was, and he's like, well, nobody really knows his name, but everyone called him Nightwing. And then boom, that's where the name comes from. And I thought that was kind of cool.
That was a nice homage.
Right, that it comes from Superman. And that character actually is in the older Superman books. It has been brought up.
I didn't realize that.
Before. Yeah, so they didn't just create that just for this story. It is something that they looked up and found and used it. So I thought that was cool. It was nice.
Yeah, that is cool. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought the whole sequence where they're all working together, the whole Bat family, the beginning of the Bat family, I think was kind of what was happening. I saw working together. The introduction of Jason gets to meet, Nightwing gets to meet the new Robin, little hijinks ensue there. Then here comes Batgirl trying to help them, and because Alfred's in trouble. So, and then Bruce got hurt pretty bad when Alfred got taken, and so, because he was undercover too for their little soiree of the Gauntlet, but it all got messed up because poor Alfred was burning up inside the mask, the Two-Face mask. He rolled down the window, and then some bad guys saw him, thinking, "Ooh, let's take him down."
Yeah, it was a couple of Croc's goons. Croc's goons see what they believe is Two-Face, and what we know is Alfred actually. And they're like, and they go back and report to Croc, "Hey, Two-Face is out of Arkham." And Croc's like, "That's crazy, that can't be possible." And they're like, "No, we just saw him and everything." And so Croc basically has them kidnap Two-Face, because basically he feels that Two-Face is honing in on his territory and such, and he's not too friendly to that idea. So that's how we get Alfred being kidnapped as Two-Face, and Bruce gets hurt in the meantime. He gets hurt pretty bad because they like wreck the car and stuff that he's driving.
Yeah,
because
it looks like they shoot him with a shotgun too, or something like that.
Something like that. I should have brought the comic book up for that part so I could tell exactly what it was.
Yeah.
But Bruce ends up going to Dr. Tompkin,
Mhm.
And if you're a Batman fan, you know Dr. Tompkins is his medical confidant. She
Mhm.
knows who he is. She's one of the few that actually know who Batman is and keeps his secret. But it makes sense to have a doctor in your, you know, in your trust. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I like that Dr. Tompkins was a part of this, and that's when she finds out that Dick Grayson, she knew Dick was fired. She knew that already, but she
Yeah.
didn't know that Batman had replaced him. And that's when she finds out that he replaced him. So, because Batman tries to contact Robin to let him know, hey, abort the gauntlet, you know,
Mhm.
that stops right now. And the mission now is to rescue Alfred. That's the new mission.
Yeah.
I don't think Robin quite gets that, though. He thinks it's all still part of the game. He
Mhm.
doesn't realize that this is real. But yet, Nightwing understands something's going on because Bruce wouldn't just go to Dr. Tompkins, for nothing.
Right. It means it was serious.
It was serious. But Robin hasn't been, Jason Todd Robin hasn't been with Batman or Bruce that long enough yet to quite understand that. Where
Yes,
Nick,
gotcha.
Nightwing Nick, I'm crossing Nightwing and Nick, where he's got the knowledge and the nuance to know, so on and so forth. So,
yeah. So it was really good. The audio was just phenomenal. I mean, with the last half, I was reading through the comic, was Nightwing 101. And obviously there are some things that they do introductions that aren't necessarily, introductions to each episode to kind of get you what's going on. And that's not in the comic, which is fine. They do a really good job. And sometimes they do share a little bit of information here and there. It's very rare. But they do it to kind of help you know what's going on, that they realize.
Right.
And
because
it's
you're talking about an audio medium versus a visual medium.
Yes.
So you got to do a little more explaining, show not tell, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really good. What they introduced and what they did here and there was well done. Every time when I was watching, I could really tell there was a big difference in it and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, and
So
then I
really
like Dick goes back to, after he has his thing with Superman, he goes back to the circus. He goes back to Haley's circus and everything.
Yeah.
That's where we run into Deadman, which is an interesting interaction, because then you find out that Deadman was at one time an acrobat himself, and now his brother has basically taken on his acrobatic identity. And I mean, down to he wears the costume along with the skull looking mask and everything. I mean, Deadman's head doesn't look like a skull, but that's what his brother kind of wears, kind of the skull looking mask and everything. But you also find out that Deadman kind of stole his costume idea from Dick Grayson's dad.
Yes.
Which was pretty wild.
It was good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. So the whole look of Deadman with the red costume and the big, huge collar and everything, which is kind of what Nightwing's costume ends up being, only in blue, that was actually taken from Dick Grayson's dad before, I guess before he met Dick's mother. I don't know what his parents' names are. I need to know that. I should.
That's right.
That's bad that I don't know their names. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, we start getting the origin of the Nightwing costume at that point too.
Yeah.
And yes, the Nightwing costume is a very 80s.
Yeah.
The original costume is a very 80s looking costume, but man, I still love that costume. I don't care how how cheesy it looks. I think it's an awesome costume. I enjoy it.
It's good. And then, so what did you think about the very end with
John and Mary.
John and Mary? Okay. Excellent.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Megan.
Now if I can just remember that.
What was their last names? Oh, I'm just kidding.
Grayson.
I'm being silly. I'm just being silly.
That part I won't forget.
I think he called him Johnny. I think they called him Johnny Grayson.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they did.
In the thing. So, but I thought it was good. Even with the costume, he had the costume. There's really cool stuff. And then at the very end, you had Jason Todd deliver a briefcase.
Yes.
To Dick Grayson.
So after it's all over, after they rescue Alfred, Batman finally is healed enough that he can join them and everything. You have all that. And then Batman tells all of them, meaning Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, and Barbara Gordon, he wants them all to meet at the Batcave to have a what do you call it? A briefing, post briefing on what happened and stuff.
Yeah,
which I see. Yeah, that makes sense for Batman to do something like that.
Yeah,
that's a very Batman thing to do. But Dick tells Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, he's not going back to the Batcave. And she's like, well, he meant all of us. He goes, I know he meant all of us, but we're going to make a bit of a U-turn here. And he goes to a recording studio, which is kind of funny. In today's day and age, you could just record it on a cell phone or something and just send it to Batman, but we're talking in the 90s here. We didn't have that technology then. So he goes to a recording studio and records a cassette tape telling Batman that at one point, every bird has to fly the nest, and it's time for him to fly the nest and go solo. So, and it was just his way of saying, look, you're right. It's time for me to leave, and so on and so forth. And basically giving his blessing to Jason Todd also saying, okay, if this is the way it needs to be, this is the way it needs to be. We're going in different routes. We take crime fighting from different angles, and it's just time for us to separate and such. And you could tell it kind of hurt Batman. It hurt Bruce. But I think there was also a sense of pride in there too.
Yeah.
Kind of the proud papa type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. And I love the fact that when he opened the case, it was actually from Alfred.
Yes.
Who had made some adjustments, but had made his costume. Because that's how it started. He was making him a new costume, but then he had to leave it. He couldn't. Batman told him, you can't take it with you when he got, his, what did he say? He got his pink slip. Because Dick Grayson was telling Barbara Gordon, I think, saying, I got my pink slip, kind of thing. So I was like,
but he also said that wasn't the first time.
That's true. Or not that he got his pink slip, but, well, maybe, I think you're right.
Yeah. He said it wasn't the first time Batman fired him.
Right. That's pretty funny.
So they've been going back and forth for a while is the way they led this on, But I love that when Jason delivers it to him and he's like, Jason calls him Alfredo, which I thought was hilarious, because I'm sure Alfred absolutely hates that. But I could see Jason, that makes sense. That just makes sense. That's his kind
Jason
of
Todd,
attitude, calling him Alfredo and stuff. But he's like, Alfredo wanted me to bring this to you and such. And there's a note from Alfred that says, the last time I saw you, the suit you were wearing was tattered and torn. So I thought you could use something new and update it. And here it is. And lo and behold, Nightwing has the new Nightwing costume at that point. Dick Grayson has the new Nightwing costume.
Yeah. And the last panel in the comic was he's wearing it with the Teen Titans as their. It was a great final scene. But I mean, you don't get that with the audio, but it was But the audio was just incredible.
Was Kid Flash in that scene?
I didn't look to see.
Because around this same time there was a Teen Titans issue. I don't remember what number issue it is, but it's obviously leading into Nightwing Year One. The cover of the Teen Titans issue shows both Wally West and Dick Grayson walking away in civilian clothes, and both their suits laying on the ground, and it says Kid Flash and Robin no more. And Wally was going through a crisis at the same time as Dick Grayson, because Wally had lost Barry Allen during Crisis. Barry Allen dies, and Wally's trying to figure out his place. He's like, do I still go on as Kid Flash? What do I do? And that all leads up to him taking on the Flash mantle and becoming the Flash and stuff. So I was just curious if you see Flash in there, or, if you see Wally West Flash, or you see Wally West Kid Flash in that panel, because I didn't look at that. But
I don't.
Because again, this all happens at the same time that's happening. In the universe and stuff.
That's kind of cool. That's really cool.
I didn't think about it till you mentioned that panel. So it was like, that cover jogged in my head. The memory of that cover jogged in my head.
Yeah. Well, we've got to wrap things up here, but anything else you wanted to chit chat about or make sure we covered?
I think we covered the main points. I'm a big fan of Nightwing. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the Teen Titans. So I was excited when they said this, that they were going to do this. I was like, oh yeah, we're getting a Nightwing story. This is going to be incredible. I love the voice acting. The guy that plays Nightwing, was it Jason Fettel?
It's Friedel. And he's the guy Will Friedel, and he's also the same guy who voices
Batman
Beyond.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's Eric.
Yeah. Huh?
Eric from Boy Meets World and Ron Stoppable.
That is correct. Yes.
So, yeah. And he is an incredible Nightwing voice. I even love the young Dick Grayson voice too. And they mirror these episodes with other stories. They mirror it with a more classic Batman and Robin story, each one, kind of giving you kind of a yin and yang of Nightwing and Robin, I think, because you're kind of getting the introduction of the Dick Grayson Robin along with the introduction of Nightwing, which is kind of cool. I really like that. It was interesting, and I love that voice too. That voice. In fact, the one episode of that, I love when he first meets up with Commissioner Gordon, and Commissioner Gordon's not liking the idea that a kid's helping Batman out and stuff, and Dick goes, "You're welcome, Commissioner. I'll see you next time."
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
I just love it because you don't normally get that kind of arrogance out of Dick, and I mean, it's not it didn't feel like I know everything, I'm the best at everything arrogance. It just felt like I'm good at what I'm doing, that kind of thing. That is slightly a different type of arrogance than what we get with Jason Todd.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, that was good. All right. Well, with that, everybody, we're finishing up our show. Thanks for hanging out there with us, for the beginning, since we kind of had some technical technical issues, excuse me.
Crazy.
It was funny, kind of thing. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us today here on Two Geeks and a Microphone. If you would, please check us out on our website at www.twogeeksmic.com. That's the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. You can also reach out to us at the email show@twogeeksmic.com, SHOW at the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. On our website, though, if you check that out, you can also get from there to all things Two Geeks, such as our merch page, which is www.twogeeksmicmerch.com. geeksandamic.com. And you can even also get to our Ko-fi page, where it's kind of like Patreon, but it's a little different. It's ko-fi.com/2geeks. And check us out there. We've got some extra stuff that's on that website as well. Our Ko-fi page. We have a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $3 tier. That just helps to pay for the stuff to do the show. And anything else?
Just that if you made it this far, make sure and follow us on the socials. We are active on both Facebook and Instagram. Try to post funny memes or information about the show there. Also, just geeky relevant information throughout the month when I can get it. This February hasn't been a good month for me. Sorry. But anyway, but you'll also get information as to like when we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math on the rest, and we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. Well, we try to
Most
be
of the time.
live
on Rumble.
If I can get the link right, we're live on Rumble. So to you Rumble listeners, I'll have it uploaded later. Sorry.
It's all good.
All right.
All good.
Okay, with that said, anything else? Any last words, funny antidotes? All right. All right.
We're
So
good.
please do not Steven skip this episode because we are much more better than the rest. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
may the force be with you.